So the next project is done. I made 2 boxes for my nieces. And if I can get the camera right, there we go. So the first one is a hippo box. It's actually, I'm not sure if you can be able to see it, but yeah, you kind of can. So it's a groove cut in with a router for the Dremel, using the stewmac plunge router to get the consistent base depth. And then I took a blue Sharpie and went over all the bottom, just the bottom of the groove, and then I put clear epoxy on it, and it has a cool 3D hippo effect. So for this, I'm not sure what kind of wood this is, but I used little walnut inserts for where the grooves are, and those came out really nice. Got the little badge. This one actually has a curved lid because the board that I carved it in was curved, so I had to use the Dremel and do a curved inset on the side, and I got that to work. And then the box is from a dresser I took apart, and part of the wood had a poplar back with an oak front, and you can see that the box joint came out really cool, and again with the little walnut inserts. But that's really cool, and the colors just pop for the walnut, and you can see like along there. And then with these are little drawers, because it's a taller box, so I needed to have drawers. So for this one, I just put 2 of the inset rails, and then with this I used an oak handle, poplar sides, which look really cool, and then the other sides and the bottom are, I think it's white cedar. I think it's white cedar. I'm not sure. It's definitely cedar at least. So these are softer, but it looks really cool for the transition. And the neat thing about it, if I get this angled correctly, is you put it in and it pistons down. So that's cool. That's the first box. Like I said, it looks really cool. With the, like for here, you can see the oak, or the oak veneer on the outside, and then the poplar, but it's a different color, and then the little walnut bits. So it ends up looking really nice. So that's the first box. Because again, one of my nieces likes hippos, so here is your hippo box. That's the first one. The other one is oak with, again, little walnut bits for where I had to put the other pieces. But this one also looks really cool. Hopefully that glare's not too bad. I think it's coming out good. I tried it in a different spot with the under the super bright light. And for this one, it's a book matched pair of cedar pieces with a walnut stripe in the lid, with oak sides, and the bottom is cedar pieces with a walnut strip. And the cool thing is, this piece of cedar, I think it'll come out on there, this piece of cedar is over 100 years old. From there's 100 growth rings from right here down to this corner. So that's really cool. But the cedar is from a project pack that I got back in the 70s, and I kept the wood. So this one, the lid's a little bit tighter fit, but it came out really cool. And this one again has a drawer. This one has the same kind of oak, another piece of that same stuff that I used on the other drawer. So it has an oak handle, little walnut pieces to hold it in, because on the other one I was thick enough to drill in and have it inset. This was not, so I had to do it this way. So there's little oak with walnut pieces, and then the whole tray is cedar this time. But it's still, the one thing with this is because of the way I have the box joint jig set up, and the router specifically for that does not have a nice manual crank to do precision layout for the height and such. I just left it the same height for the larger boxes. So the box joints for this, as I think I showed on previous ones, when you cut the pieces in, they actually stick way out to about here, and so you have to calculate based on that the size of the box you want. Well, that didn't work for this one. It worked for the other box, it didn't work for this one. So the box was too small. It rattled around too much. So my solution was to measure, and you can see I left gaps, and then I just filled it all in with walnut. So it came out really cool. So it worked. But I had to, leave gaps that I then filled in. But this also came out really cool. And this one, I have 4 of the side pieces. This one, because it has like a 64th or 32nd difference between the widths on here, the lid doesn't fit quite as evenly. The other box was I managed to get it exactly the same width on both directions. So the side to side they were the same, so that was a nice square fit. This one, because it was slightly like a 32nd or 64th off, the lid fit tighter. So this one has the dots. The other box, you can put the lid on either way and the tray in either way, and it works the same. This one, I put the dots on because it fits slightly better. But we can see here. So there's the dot. Here's a little dot. And on the lid, there's a little dot. You can kind of see. Yeah, I think I showed up. So if you line it up, put it in, and it drops down in. And then the lid just goes on, and it fits really nice. So yeah, I hope that glares alright. I'm trying it, like I said, I'm trying it with different lighting in different spots in the garage. So, but yeah, I think it came out really awesome. I think they are going to like the boxes a lot. And oh, I guess one last thing I'll show. This was the kit. So, way back when, I don't remember who got this for me back in the 70s, but I got this little kit, 40 pieces of cedar. Yeah, it is white cedar, and it came with instructions. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, yeah. Somewhere on the instructions or something, it had like 1977 or something, but I still had the box, I still had the wood, and that is now letting me make things like that. And for a future box, we'll give a preview. For one of the ones that I sold, here are some other inset panels. So this I think this is mahogany, I'm not 100% sure, but these are kind of book matched, so they kind of look cool. And there's another one that kind of looks cool. So these are going to be the top and bottom of another small box coming up. But yeah, the cedar was definitely useful, even though I didn't use it way back when.